This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter. I welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And man, March 7th was a hard birthday boy to deal with. I looked up and there were two Pittsburgh Steelers that should have been there. Franco Harris and Lynn Swann. Both were born on March 7th, which was weird. But there was a third candidate. Obviously, you know by the picture who the third candidate is. And basically, in a case of a tie, and I'm thinking there's multiple people, I go to my charts and see when the last time I did a birthday boy in either baseball or football was. And because I did Ray Berry in late February, and I haven't done a baseball player since mid-February, baseball one's out. So, and I guess it was kind of because as Canadian pride, it's Joe Carter. I almost went with Frank Harris and Lynn Swann. I almost went with a twofer because, the Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyway, Joe Carter, of course, is known for being a Blue Jay and what he did in the 93 World Series. But basically, he also played for the Cubs, the Indians, the Padres, the Orioles, and the Giants. Of course, as everyone knows, he's known for that walk-off home run in the 93 World Series. But anyway, the Cubs chose him with the second overall pick in the 1981 draft. He played for the 1983 Cubs, but he was traded to Cleveland. That trade was huge because Cleveland sent Rick Sutcliffe back to the Cubs, and Sutcliffe went 16-1 in his more than half season in the NL, which was amazing. It was the push the Cubs needed to get to the 1984 NLCS. Sadly, though, the Padres came back from 2-0 down to win the best of 5. And I know Mr. Doder is probably winning the wings, but I'm saying this. It was a best of 5 LC League Championship Series until 1985. I guess because the Cubs struggled and all that, they would say best they had to make it 4 out of 7, which pissed off the Jays because if the Jays had done best of 5, Jays would have been in the 1985 World Series. But Joe Carter was a prolific power hitter in the American League. As many as 35 home runs and 100 RBIs. He actually led the major leagues in RBIs, but Cleveland really wasn't really that good of a team. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Joe Carter did pretty well, but Cleveland decided to trade him to San Diego for some prospects. 2 of the 3 prospects would be big in Cleveland in history: Sandy Alomar Jr. and Carlos Baerga. So basically, Cleveland made a good trade. And Joe Carter was okay for San Diego and all that, but his defense was his problems. After a few years in San Diego, after one season in San Diego, the Padres decided to trade him to Toronto alongside Roberto Alomar on December 5th, 1990, in that famous trade for Fred McGriff and Tony Fernandez. And a lot of people were shocked. A lot of Blue Jay fans were shocked that they would trade a star shortstop like Tony Fernandez for someone like Roberto Alomar. And then, of course, McGriff or Carter. I mean, I think Toronto basically didn't think McGriff would fit in their plans. And got Joe Carter. Okay, that's fine. And besides, the Blue Jays still had a good first baseman in Johnny Olerud. So, I guess. But yeah, getting rid of Fernandez for Alomar wasn't really the best part for Blue Jay fans. But Carter's game was dramatic. He got the Blue Jays to the 91 division title. He was the guy who got the winning hit over the head of California Angels second baseman Kevin Flora, which got the Blue Jays the division title. And he was a team leader. Sadly, though, he would get hurt in Game 3 of the LCS against the Twins, and basically the Blue Jays lost momentum. In 1982, he was part of the Blue Jays team that won the World Series. The first by a Canadian team. And he was at first base. He was the one who caught the throw from Mike Timlin to him in the bottom of the 11th inning to nab Otis Dixon, who tried to bunt his way on and scored the tying run. It was the first time the World Series had ended on a bunt. I didn't know that. So anyway, Joe Carter even hit 2 home runs in 1 inning, as he is one of only 2 Blue Jays who have done that. Carter did that against the Orioles in 93, and Edwin Encarnacion did it against the Astros in 2013. Of course, nothing beats that famous Tom Cheek call. Let's see. So I'm just going to basically play it for you. All right, so let's see what happens.
Here's a pitch on the way, a swing and a belt, left field, way back, Blue Jays win! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
That's the call that defined Tom Cheek's career as a Blue Jays broadcaster. I know Sean McDonald did a decent call for CBS, but basically, yeah, Joe Carter did it. So basically, the story of that home run was that in '93, the Jays were up 3-2 against the Phillies. Game 6 at home, they had a 5-1 lead, but the Phillies rallied with 5 runs late in the game to make it 6-5. Carter came up to bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th, with Ricky Henderson and Paul Molitor on base. Ricky on second, Paul on first. On a 2-2 count, Mitch Williams threw him a terrible slider, and Carter lifted one to left field and gone. Joe Carter had not gotten a hit off Mitch Williams in his career before this one. So they won the World Series. The second time a World Series that's ended with a home run. The other being Bill Mazeroski's famous one in 1960 for the Pirates. And the only time the home run has been hit by a player whose team was trailing in the bottom of the 9th of a championship clinching game. It was just amazing and all that. Joe Carter would still play for the Blue Jays till '97. And, he was good for the Jays. He decided to be a free agent and would play for Baltimore and San Francisco. Unfortunately, though, Carter's career ended terribly as he popped up to the Cubs' Mark Grace in the 1-game playoff and wildcard game between the Giants and the Cubs. The winner would have faced the Braves, and the Cubs got to the World Series. Got to the World Series playoffs. Carter got to 5 All-Star games, got 396 home runs, 1,445 RBIs. He drove in 100 RBIs 10 times, including the '94 year that was cut short because of the strike. And he was the first player to get 100 RBIs for 3 different teams in 3 consecutive seasons. I guess Indians, Blue Jays, and Padres. And Carter was involved in the final plays of 4 games in which the Blue Jays clinched something. The game-winning single to get the '91 AL East Division title, catching the final out at first base in the '92 World Series, catching the fly ball out that ended the '93 ALCS against the Chi Sox, and the walk-off home run in which he beat the Phillies in the World Series. Joe Carter would be the color commentary for the Cubs for a few years, unless that Chip Caray before Steve Stone came back. Unfortunately, Carter only got 19 votes for the Baseball Hall of Fame and would be dropped from future ballots. But he got into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003. All that. Yep. His charity involvement was huge. He co-chairs the annual Joe Carter Classic Celebrity Golf Tournament, which has celebrities like Charles Barkley, Ray Bork, Gordie Howe, and even Mitch Williams. So, yeah. 5-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger winner, Blue Jays level of excellence. His 29 is unofficially retired in a sense. So, yeah. So, Joe Carter was a legend. And all that. Man, the Blue Jays will be ever grateful for his contributions and stuff. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.